Welcome to your Cohesion Classroom. In this lesson, we will take a look at understanding place value of a digit. At the end of this video, you'll have access to our tips and takeaways, allowing you to focus on the content being presented. You can always access any of our tips and takeaways from the lesson page before or after watching the lesson. In this lesson, students will use place value to identify the value of digits. Students will be given a 2-digit number along with a place value model, then asked to identify the value of one of its digits. One of the digits in the given number will be highlighted. Students will determine if that digit represents tens or ones. Students can identify the value by observing the location of the digit. Digits in the right column represent ones. The digits in the left column represent tens. Students had exposure to place value, representing 2-digit numbers, and identifying tens and ones in previous first grade lessons. Let's take a look at an example where we will identify the value of the underlined digit. Students will typically see a question and visual like this with the following directions. Identify the value of the underlined digit. Students will see a 2-digit number represented in standard and picture form. The underlined digit in this example is the 7. We are trying to determine if this 7 represents 7 tens, also known as 70, or 7 ones, also known as 7. We can identify that the 7 is in the ones place because it is the digit all the way to the right, meaning that the 7 represents 7 ones. We can also use the visual to help us identify the value. In this place value model, we can see 2 tens represented by lines, which represents 20. Next, we can see the ones represented by 7 small circles. This visual helps us to identify that the underlined digit, 7, represents 7 ones. Students will circle the 7. Let's take a look at another example. In this number 58, the 5 is underlined. We can identify that the 5 is in the tens place, meaning it represents 5 tens. 5 tens represents 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The digit 5 in the number 58 represents 5 tens, or 50. Students will circle 50. That is how we identify the value of a digit. A common error occurs when students do not apply their knowledge of place value when answering the question. Students may see the digit underlined and circle the same digit when answering instead of identifying the value of the digit. Students may benefit from labeling tens and ones at the top of each column to help them focus on the place value. They could also benefit from creating a model using a place value chart. If students are fluent with identifying the value of the digit using the visuals, have students practice without the place value model. If students are struggling with this concept, use manipulatives to give them a concrete example. Have students first build the model for the whole number, then begin to identify the value of the underlined digit. To gain a full understanding of this concept, visit the lesson page to view the rest of the number concepts set of lessons. Uniting students and families in learning, we are Cohesion Education. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.